Good afternoon. It is Friday the 2nd of May. It's just coming up to 2:30 and I'm about to head off out to do a bit of Ubering. I haven't been out and done an Uber shift since Saturday. Pretty much throughout the week I've just been busy with all my own private work. It's even first thing in the morning I've got another private job which is kind of like the outskirts of Ormskirk, outskirts of Liverpool, going to Manchester Airport. So that's at 3:15 in the morning. So I've come out now because if you've seen any of the other videos, Fridays have always been crap. I've always been home for between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. So I thought I can come back, have a little bit of a sleep, I can get up, I can then go out and do this private job. And then I can always come back and get my head down for another couple of hours if I want before I come back out again on Saturday. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much been me for the week. I've just been doing my private jobs all week. I've been getting a lot busier. I've been putting a lot of hours into the website that's being designed for me. You say designed for you, but you end up doing 90% of the work. Obviously all the images and the text and everything, they obviously do all the all the work in the background, actually putting it together so it actually looks like a professional website. So yeah, I've been out doing all sorts of drone footage and images of the car and things like that. So yeah, I've been quite busy, to be honest. And obviously with things picking up, with the weather, coming up to the summer holidays, I've started taking bookings for the Oasis concert, which is in July. I've had bookings coming through for Hindus, taking them to Windermere and all sorts. So yeah, it's been quite busy. An interesting thing that I watched before, I was watching one of the other YouTubers I watch is Rideshare Buddy UK, and he put a video on talking about the drivers Uber's confirmation rate isn't supposed to affect the jobs that are sent out to you, because Uber have made that statement saying it doesn't affect your jobs. And if they were found out to be lying, they'd be liable for millions of pounds and whatnot. But I tend to disagree with it in a way, because all last year my rating was in the 70s, if not going into the 80%. Not because I was just some donkey doing all the work, it's because the jobs that were coming through were worth doing. And then coming into 2025, all of the jobs have been crap and not worth doing. So my rating plummeted down to 8%. And it was just all the jobs were just crap after crap after crap, all miles away, just really not worth doing. Not me being super picky. During the days, if I'd done dead hours, oh god, I would pretty much accept whatever jobs were being offered to me, because I seen it as, well, you can either do it or don't do it and go home. So I'd do a lot of them as long as it wasn't miles away. But anyway, it didn't help the rating. The rating was down to 8%. And then they done the little app update, which then I think it's your last 100 jobs or 50 jobs or whatever, that's what your driver rating is now reflected upon. And then yeah, it didn't really seem to make much of a massive difference. But then what I noticed last Saturday was, if you watch that video, I'd done a 14-hour Uber shift. And the reason I'd done a 14-hour Uber shift was because it was busy non-stop. Now there wasn't anything special about last Saturday, yeah, it was just a Saturday, nothing in particular. It wasn't even there just wasn't anything going on. It was just busy. But what I did notice was my confirmation rate just on that Saturday shift alone went from 8% to 48%. So I was thinking, well, what's changed? Because it's not like I'm just accepting any jobs that were willy-nilly. Every job that was coming through that I took was really good. Probably 50 or 60% of the jobs that I'd done on that shift were all Excel jobs, which had never happened before. So I was I even commented in that video saying it felt like last year when I just joined Uber, and it was just good job after good job after good job after good job, because it was a constant hourly rate, and I think it was £24-25 an hour I finished on or something for the 14 hours. So yeah, to me, I feel as though the confirmation rate does affect it, because like I said, it's been around 8% since the beginning of the year, and all the jobs I've been getting offered were crap. However, in that Saturday shift where it's rocketed up to 48%, I was being offered loads of fantastic jobs for the whole shift. So I don't know, was it just a fluke? Was it that one-off shift? I've got no idea, because I haven't been out this week and done any Ubering. So obviously I'm going to come out now and see if that confirmation rating, now that it's gone from 8% up to 48%, if that's going to make any difference. Because I know for the past probably 5 or 6 Friday shifts now, it's been crap on all them shifts, and I've come home because it's been sort of quiet. So yeah, I'll see what happens tonight, and see if it makes any rating. If I come home again at 8-9 o'clock, then obviously the confirmation rating doesn't make a blind bit of difference. But obviously if I stay out past that, then, you know, it's kind of like the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. So yeah, I'm going to log on now, and I'll give you keep you updated with it. So, a little update. It is 4:15. It's been busyish, I suppose. So I started. First job that came up was a little bit of a run to get to it. So it was offering £13.46. It was a 7-minute job going 3 miles. However, it was about 6 miles away in Skem. But what I was looking at was, it was saying it was going to take, all in, it was roughly, well, just shy of a half an hour job. So that's kind of how I look at it. I look at the time rather than miles, because obviously I'm driving an EV. So yeah, so I thought, well, I would rather run 6 miles to a job and the passengers only in the car for actually 3 miles. But then, most importantly, I was seeing it as well, it was like £13.50 for half an hour. Bearing in mind the time of day it was. Obviously it's, you know, it's Friday daytime, isn't it? You know, it's quietish. So I took that anyway, and then I thought, look, if I'm lucky I might get something after it for a similar price, similar distance, and then, you know, I might have done like 30 quid in the first hour. So I dropped that guy off the train station. He's heading off to Bersco with his friends. I then got that was from, it was a Skelmersdale to Skelmersdale basically. I then got another job after that, which was a Skelmersdale back to Ormskirk train station. That was a £14, and that was a 15-minute job, just over 7 miles. In total, it probably took, where was we? That first one was about half an hour, maybe just under, and then the second one was like 25 minutes. So in that first hour it was like £27.50, so it wasn't too bad. As I was dropping that girl off, she was going to the train station, she was heading into Liverpool, a job had come up, which was like the train station where I was going to Bersco, which is like 2.5-3 miles, £10 something just for an X. So I thought, oh, that's happy days. So I accepted that, because I thought I might get that one in as well, and I would have been on like 37 quid for the first hour. But then it came up saying they cancelled, so I thought, oh, fair enough, because it's going to take me like 10 minutes to get there, and obviously they don't want to wait 10 minutes. And then normally if you accept a job and the rider cancelled, you won't be offered that job again. It'll go out to the other drivers. Anyway, about 2 minutes goes by, the same job comes up again. So I'm thinking, well, if I accept this, they're going to cancel it again. But if I don't accept it, it goes against my confirmation rating. So I thought, well, okay, I'll accept it. So I accepted it, now that I was only like 9 minutes away from the station, with the pick-up point for them. And they cancelled it again. So I thought, like, I don't know if these guys just want to walk or something, but, you know. So anyway, I missed out on that. And then I've then just done a job, which was Ormskirk to Formby. £14.91. It was a 22-minute job, but then I had to ride maybe 4 or 5 minutes to get over there. It's a Maghull. It's like a multi-Michelin starred restaurant in Orton, coming to Formby. So yeah, I've just dropped them off in Formby. Dropped them off about 5 minutes ago, something like that. And then I thought, while I'm here, I'll come into this little M&S station where I stopped at last Saturday, basically to go for a wee, do my update, and whilst I'm doing both of them, I've quickly put it on charge for a minute. So I thought, well, I might as well, it's free with me Uber card, so I might as well get a quick little cheeky top up. So when I plugged in, it said I was on 74% battery, so basically I've used, well, 26% in that first hour and a half. But I've done a fair bit of miles trekking about, but I'm on £42.37. I've done like an hour and 45 minutes, so it's not too bad, to be honest. I've just clicked on it saying that someone's left a tip, I think. Oh yeah, them last ones, bringing them to Formby, left a £2 tip as well, so that was £16.91 for that 22-minute trip. So yeah, not too bad. I did, as I was, after I just dropped them off, I was coming down to the petrol station. I've accepted, there's an opportunity there. I haven't properly looked at it, to be honest. It's an XL job, booked in for 6:30, so just over 2 hours away. It's going from, it's like a Liverpool postcode, but it's kind of in between Formby and Ormskirk. I think it's just out in the sticks there. But basically, it's an XL. It's £33.60. It's a 19-minute job going 7 miles into Southport. So yeah, really good rate, to be honest. I'm just trying to think now, where am I? Yeah, so it's not too bad. I'm just trying to think of where it actually is. L39. Let me have a quick look on the maps. The Google Maps is crap when you're clicking on it, because it hasn't got like the satellite view, so it's hard to try and like orientate as to where it actually is, especially when it's on a country lane. 8RX. Oh, so it's like Halsall. Yeah, so it's kind of yeah, it's right out in the middle of the sticks, but it's not too bad. It's you're just coming off the Formby bypass, nipping down a little country lane, get them back to the Formby bypass, and then basically straight into to Southport. So yeah, if they don't cancel, it'll be a good job. Little 36 quid for 19 minutes. So yeah, that's about it. Just a quick little update. What I have noticed was, when I came offline, then it said I've done, was it 3 or 4 jobs, but I've been offered like 14. I thought, I don't even remember being offered that many jobs. The confirmation rating has gone up a bit. It was 48%, it's now 51%. So like I said, that's why I believe I've been getting more jobs. But what's funny is, the other week, I think it was the Friday night, when I was like, I'd had another crap shift, I got one of them, how satisfied are you with the Ubers little surveys. I think I answered the questions whilst I was doing my update, and then the next day, that in conjunction with me rating then going up on the Saturday, had a good Saturday. I haven't worked Uber all week, and then up to now I've come out, it's been good. And then what I've noticed also is, you know, I've only done like an hour and 45 minutes. They've been offering me good jobs. They've offered me that good opportunity for 6:30, that £33 for the 6 miles. And now conveniently another survey's popped up. How satisfied are you with the Uber? So bearing in mind, last week I basically 1-starred them for everything, and you know, basically said, you know, you this, you that. Comments at the end, had a little rant and sent it in. So obviously a human's not going to read it, but that'll go into the system, and I kind of feel as though like the system's thought, let's try and, instead of getting a 1-star off Paul, let's try and get a little bit of a better score. So it's almost like they feed your jobs a little bit more, and then the thought, right, let's retest the water. Let's see if Paul is a little bit happier than he was last week, now that we've increased his jobs, or we've increased the rates for them jobs, and now they've sent this. So I'll go from a completely annoyed face to a slightly happier face, because it's out of 5. Where was it? I feel prepared for app policy changes that may affect my work. Somewhat disagree. Like I don't even. How likely are you to continue driving? Somewhat unlikely. What are the reasons you may not want to drive for the Uber app next month? Earnings were lower than expected. Not enough trip requests. I'll take safety concerns, because if anything ever happens, Uber couldn't give a toss about the drivers. They don't care. I've been attacked by passengers and had to call the police, and Uber's not even bothered. They didn't even try reaching out to me until 2 days later, and then they sent a message saying, "Oh, we seen that you dialed 999 through the Uber app. We just wanted to make sure everything was okay." It could have been dead on the bloody moors somewhere, and they're sending you a message 2 days later. So yeah, that's why I take safety concern. Lack of customer support, tick. Next. Submit. That's it, little survey there. And that's about it. So yeah, I'm going to nip in now, have a quick wait. Another Uber driver's pulled up alongside me here. Not that he's charging up or anything. I think he's in a bit of a hybrid. I don't even know what it is. Don't know, it's a Hyundai something. So yeah, I'm going to nip in there and then I'll get on my way. Like I said, I haven't stopped here to get a full charge. I just thought I was literally here. It's a 300 kilowatt charger. Not that I can take 300 kilowatts in this. But yeah, I thought by the time I've waffled on and out of the way, I'll probably have a full tank again, to be honest. Which I probably will do, because it's been nearly 15 minutes now. So yeah, I'll nip in and I'll update you shortly. So it's just turned 5:30. I came back online before it was 4:45, so I'd actually been offline for half an hour. So that's obviously a couple of minutes driving over to the charging station, doing a little update, using the facilities, and then basically coming back online. That's how long it took. But yeah, no, I seem to spend a lot of time obviously doing the updates. You know, the videos can be anywhere between like half an hour and an hour, you know, depending on how long the shift is, and that's obviously money that I'm losing out of the shift basically. So yeah, came back online at 4:45, got a job straight away. It was kind of the outskirts of Southport going into Southport, so I took that because nothing was really popping up around Formby. Including a £2 tip, it was £8.39. 10-minute job, going 3.8 miles. And then all the jobs have all been small in Southport. I got a £4.71, 6-minute job, 1.5 miles, and then a £3.69. It was a 3-minute job going 0.7 of a mile. So the price per mile and the time wise is good. It's just that they're all little small crappy jobs. The only like biggest job that kind of come up, it was like I think it was £20.80 or something, going to Lime Street Station, Liverpool, and that would have took, with the rush hour traffic as well, probably, well, anywhere between an hour and an hour and a half basically. And I thought, there's no way I'm doing all that for 20 quid. So yeah, I've just come up to 3 hours now. I've done 2 hours 12 minutes drive. I've done 6 trips and I'm on £61.16. So yeah, a smidge over £20 an hour at the moment. Not too bad. Just quickly go back online. Confirmation rate is currently on 46%. Yeah, so it did go up. It went into the 50s before. It's come back down a little bit. And that's because some of them jobs that have been coming up in like towards Liverpool and whatnot, I've just been kind of ignoring. So yeah, that's all it is. Seems a little bit quiet, to be honest. That opportunity, or reservation should I call it, that's booked for 6:30, so roughly an hour's time. I'm probably about 15 minutes away, something like that. So if I kind of carry on hanging round between Southport and Formby kind of way, I won't be too far from it, from when I have to when I get navigated over to it. But yeah, other than that, quite easy up to now. I'll do this one. It's not the greatest, but it's better than a kick in the teeth. So I'll update you shortly. So it's just turned 7:30. It's been 2 hours since the last update. It's been a bit crap, to be honest. It just seems to be really slow. So yeah, when I left off, I took a job. It was £6.99, 8-minute job going 2.8 miles. Again, all these are just in Southport. I haven't left Southport up to now. After I'd done that, that was only an 8-minute job. So that was, at that point, it was 10 to 6. I then had that job booked in for 6:30. So basically I potted about for about 20 minutes or so. Nothing came up whatsoever. It then said, oh, you need to start navigating to this job now, even though it was 15 minutes away. So I drove down there really slow, out in the sticks. They were just like a bit of a rude couple. It was like a family. Sat outside, obviously, if it's like a reservation job, I think they have like 10 minutes to come out the house. So to get there, the first like 3 minutes go by, some of the kids were outside. So then I think after about 4 or 5 minutes, because I had obviously the side door open, the 3 kids come down and climbed in, and they were just talking amongst themselves. And then we sat there for another couple of minutes, and then the mum and dad finally come out and got in, and they climb in, don't say a word to me. Hi, thanks for waiting, sorry about that, anything. And like even one of the kids said hello when they got in. Even they turned around to the parents and were like, bloody hell, where have you been? And then they both just climb in. You know, I shut the door for them, nothing. I thought, like, how rude are some people. I just couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't get on a bus, a taxi, a plane, anything. I couldn't get on without saying hello to somebody. Imagine just getting on or getting in a car and just sitting there and ignoring the driver. It's so rude. Honestly, some people have been dragged up, honestly. So I only took the job because it was decent. You know, I got £33.60, 20-minute job. But granted, they've sent me over there like 20 minutes beforehand, so technically 40-minute job if you look at it that way. And this is part of the issue with doing the reservations, because if they didn't make you get over there so early, it would be more profitable to do them, because you could do other jobs on the way. But like I said, there was like that 40 minutes from the previous job to that one. I didn't get any jobs, so technically it was £33.60 for 40 minutes, but it was only 7 miles. So yeah, I dropped them off, and then it was 22, so it was probably coming up to 10 to 7, yeah. Customer cancelled, and then my next job wasn't until 10 to 7, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I dropped them off at 10 to 7, and then I got a job at 10 to 7. It was £5.07, apparently a surge. 4.5 minutes going 1.3 miles. So I dropped them off, so it was 5 to 7, and I haven't had a job in 35 minutes. I've had, what did I have? Oh, I haven't even had an offer. Tell a lie. I moved around a little bit, and I thought, oh, I'm dying for the wheel, I'll head over towards McDonald's, and if I get a job I'll take it, if not. And just as I was pulling into McDonald's car park, I got a job offer around the corner. It was like £4 going like 4 miles or something ridiculous. I was like, I'd rather have a wee. So I came in, logged off, went other way, yeah. So basically in 35 minutes I've been offered one job for £4. And that was about it. So currently on £106.82. I've done 5 hours, so now I'm on like, what, £21.20 an hour. I've done 9 trips. Yeah, that confirmation rating doesn't really seem to have done much, to be honest, because like I said, I started off on like 48%, was it? it went into the 50s, and now it's down to 39. There just doesn't seem to be any jobs going on. I think I was offered one job before, like £7. They wanted me to go like almost 7 miles to Formby to do like a half-a-mile job, and I was like, I just couldn't be arsed all the way down the Formby bypass to take someone for half a mile. Like, you look a bit stupid doing it. I've done odd jobs in the past where I've ran to someone because either there was nothing else going on or it wasn't too bad of a job, and you get there and they're like, why have you ran all this way? Because obviously they can see where you're coming from. They're like, I'm literally going like 30 seconds down the road, and you have driven like 10 minutes to come and pick me up. And you're like, yeah, but like I've been paid to like technically run to you. And they're like, oh right, okay. But yeah, you go on the map now, it's saying like Formby, Surgeon, the whole of like the northwest, all Liverpool, and everything is just kind of cloudy grey. That's about it. Just pretty much seems crap. It pretty much seems like the average Friday. Like I said, for the past like 5 or 6 Fridays now, I've finished any time between. Oh dear. I've finished any time between like 8 and 9 o'clock. I've logged off. It's coming up to 20 to 8 now. So yeah, I'll see what happens over the course of the next hour. So yeah, the next update I'll either be out because it's busy, or I would have gone home. So obviously I'll update you either way. But yeah, I need to be up and out for about 2 AM anyway, because I've got a collection at 3:15. I'm taking her to Manchester Airport. So yeah, it is what it is. If it's a bit crap, the private job will make up for it anyway. So yeah, I'll update you in about an hour and let you know whether I'm staying out or not. So it's just after 8 o'clock and I decided to come home. It was diabolical, to be honest. Done that update. What time was my last job? It was 20 to 8. So yeah, I hadn't had a job for about, how long was it? 45 minutes. And then I'd done a little job. It was £5.41, 7-minute job going 2.3 miles. And then I sat there and I sat there and I sat there, and the jobs that were coming through were like £3.70, £4, £3.80. Probably about 4 or 5 jobs like that came through over a span of almost half an hour. And I just had enough. It was just, the jobs were just crap. I thought, I'm not staying out to do this. I just couldn't be faffed. So I logged off, went and got my tea, and I've just got home now. So yeah, technically I'd done like another half an hour there, just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So I've done 5.5 hours. On the app I've done just shy of 4 driving. I've done 10 trips and I've finished on 112. 112 over the 5.5. It's working out at just over £20 an hour. So, you know, it's not horrendous, but a lot of that has been like earlier on in the shift, and then like that job that I got for like £33. If I wouldn't have had them things, my hourly rate would be a hell of a lot lower. Because yeah, some of them jobs that were coming through were just crap. There's no way you could be out on a Friday night doing between £20 and £30 an hour for them jobs that were coming through. You would literally be doing between 2 and 3 if you were lucky. So you'd be on like anywhere between like £10 and £12 an hour if you were doing them little tiny jobs. So yeah, it's just not worth it. So yeah, I finished on that 112. And it just, I think it makes it a bit harder when you've got your own operator's license, because you then almost comparing Uber to your private jobs. So like, I don't know, before I had my operator's license, well, I don't know, because I still had it, you know, last year, but I would be staying out and, you know, trying to get more jobs. But now I'm thinking like, I've got a job at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is going to take me 2 hours, and that's including me driving to the customer as well. And that pays more than what I've just earned in 5.5 hours doing 10 trips with 10 different families. oh, I'm going down to pick one person up to take her to the airport and then come home. That's it. And you earn more money doing that than what I've earned tonight. So it's kind of hard for me to stay out. Like I said, I don't mind if it's, you know, at least £20 an hour, but, you know, you want to be looking at like 25, you know, to 30, you know. And like I said, like last Saturday, I stayed out for 14 hours because it was consistent. It was just job after job after job, and the jobs were good. So I was like, well, I'll do it. I don't mind. I'm not one of these people that is expecting, you know, £1 million off Uber and all sorts of incentives and like ridiculous prices. But I'm not going to stay out for £3-4 jobs on a Friday, Saturday night. Now, I know that there's people that do that. I've sat there in the past where I've literally been looking at the people who are booking the Uber in front of me, and I'm thinking, I'm not doing that for like £4. It's ridiculous. And then I'll carry on sitting there for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, another Uber driver pulls up, and I'm thinking, wow, that job was like £4 for like 3 miles. You've ran 5 minutes to it, which means that he's doing it for like probably 80p a mile or something. Like, honestly, I don't know if it's stupidity or desperation. It's just, I just can't hack it. So I can't be bothered doing them little crappy jobs, especially when at the back of my mind I'm sat there watching these little jobs come through, thinking, what's the point? Because, you know, you've got that private job in, you know, first thing in the morning. So just go home. You're going to make more money off that. So yeah, I'd rather go home and do more time. It's like they've been emailing me before, and I was parked up for like 20 minutes. The website people asking me, you know, for the videos and sending over some more images and giving them some more feedback. I'm going to make 10 times more money doing that than I am sitting there taking these little daft, you know, £3-4 jobs. So yeah, decided to come back anyway because it was just really crap. It was dead, nothing going on. Nowhere in the northwest is there even a blip of a surge or anything. So yeah, just rubbish really in general. Like I said, I've kind of, because I've gone from Southport back into Ormskirk now, it shows me all of the surge patterns for basically Manchester, Chorley, Preston, Wigan. It shows me all that side of things, and there's nothing there. It's just like that really faint grey kind of mist all over the place. There's a tiny little blob of orange over in Oldham, but that's it. So basically all over the northwest it's just completely crap and quiet tonight, which I expected, to be honest. And it was almost like right on cue. It was just in the run up to 8 o'clock and it completely died, and it's done it, like I said, if you've watched any of the other videos, it's done it every Friday for like the past 6 or 7 Fridays now. It just dies at 8 o'clock. So yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow, obviously I'm out first thing, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do that airport run. I should be home for about 4:30. So then I'll just charge back up at home because it's cheaper, and then as soon as that's ready to go, I think I'll just get up and out like I did last Saturday, and just do like a long shift again like that. Hopefully it's as busy as it was last Saturday, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. So I'll catch you then.